It's very important that we all know the Kikuyu tribe of Mount Kenya are truly the chosen people of the Most High. And I say that as an African American man, putting no ego in this information. I just want y'all to know these important factors during these days that we're living in, which is very critical that we connect with the Kikuyu tribe in Mount Kenya. For these important factors, I'm going to let y'all know. How do we know? How do I know that the Kikuyu tribe are truly the chosen people of the Most High? Well, I know that for a few different reasons. The first reason being in 1986, we had the Hopi elders all the way over here in the Americas reveal that the Kikuyu tribe were a part of the ancient guardianship of the four races of humanity. Way back in the day, they said very sacred tablets were given to the four races, and the most powerful set of tablets were given to the black race in the custodianship of the Kikuyu tribe who currently reside in Mount Kenya. And of course, we know they migrated down there to Mount Kenya from other regions, which we'll get into that in another video. But that's one reason. So Dr. Lee Brown is the one who was authorized by the Hopi elders to speak on these prophecies in English for the first time in 1986. Before then, this information, this wisdom was not authorized to be spoken about in the English language. So give thanks to the Hopi tribe for revealing the guardianship and revealing and demystifying some information about the sacred tablets that ancient writers wrote about. They call it the Ark of the Covenant and all of these other names. The Kikuyu elders call these tablets Managi. Now, anyway, so we're talking about the Ark of the Covenant. We're talking about, this brings us back to, even the biblical narrative where we're talking about the tribe of Levi and the sons of Levi and Aaron who were appointed to carry the tablets. They were the only ones. Well, now we have the Kikuyu tribe who we see now are the ones with the tablets in this day and time. So the second point I'm going to raise is that the Kikuyu have offered us to actually see the scrolls of Moses, the original scrolls of Moses. And now we're going to have to come face to face with this reality, because many people say Moses didn't exist and Moses didn't this and Moses didn't that. And other people, like, I've heard the African elders say that Moses was a real person, but whoever, used his name for the biblical narrative, they were basically just taking, from a real ancestor who existed and a tribe ascribing his name to events that didn't happen, just to be frank with you. So now we're going to actually get to see the real scrolls, the original scrolls of Moses, thanks to the Kikuyu tribe, the Kikuyu elders of the Ajiru clan. Let's be very specific. It's only the Ajiru clan, that eldest bloodline of the Kikuyu tribe, who were authorized to deal with those tablets. That's the second thing, that the Kikuyu have offered us to actually see, and they're presenting these original scrolls of Moses, the original Kabiru scrolls, to the entire world. So that's a very noble gesture. So that eliminates all conversation, because they say documentation beats conversation every time. So, okay, so another one. The third thing that I'm going to point out is location. The Kikuyu tribe in these days and times, remember, the timing is critical as well. We're in the so-called last days of white supremacy, and the beginning days of the ancient as it was in the beginning. So anyway, location during these last days, the Kikuyu tribe are located there on one of the most high points of Africa, which is what we call Mount Zion, or Mount Kenya, actually, but this is the biblical Mount Zion, and we actually have the maps, the ancient maps, even from the 1700s, the late 1600s, that even give you the name Sion, where the word Zion comes from. Sion, the river, Tana River, was at one point called Sio, or Sion, leading right there to Mount Zion, the people of Mount Zion, where the sacred tablets are kept. So that's that. Now, if that's not good enough, I even have a scientific revelation to share with y'all. I'm going to read y'all a chapter from the book by Amos Wilson. Dr. Amos Wilson was a brother from Mississippi who was a theoretical, no, what he was a, what's it called? A theoretical psychologist, I think it's called. And he went to Fordham University and Morehouse. And he wrote a book called Awakening the Genius, or Awakening the Natural Genius in the Black Child, or in Black Children. Either way it goes, I'm going to read y'all a paragraph that comes from a study for those people who only appreciate, the white people's information, like modern scientific information. I'm going to read y'all from a little, the results of a study that was done on the brain development in babies. And here it goes for yourself. I'll just read it. All right, family, this is a quick read from page 36 of Awakening the Natural Genius in Black Children. This is talking about a study done by Lederman and Associates in 1973, talking about the brain development in babies. So check this out. Page 36. On both the mental and motor tests, the Kikuyu infants were precocious, scoring significantly higher than would be expected for American infants of the same ages. As compared with the standard score of 100 that American infants average on these tests, the average Kikuyu mental score was 108, and their average motor score was 129. The Kikuyu infants bettered the standard score on 38 mental scale items and on 20 motor test items. They were lower than the standard on only 7 of the mental test items and 2 of the motor test items. However, the researchers were under the impression that these items involved implements that are familiar to American infants but not familiar to Kikuyu infants. All right. When Kikuyu infant test scores month by month were compared with month by month scores for white infants in the United States and United Kingdom and black infants in the United States, the Kikuyu infants performed better on both mental and motor tests throughout the 15-month period of observation than did any other of these other groups. They're talking about continents, people, not just in Africa, not just in Kenya. They're talking about they scored better than people all over the world, babies all over the world. So don't feel no way. You other tribes in Kenya, all of us got outscored by the Kikuyu. Okay, so once again, I'm just showing you all that this is not just a superficial observation. This is a spirit. It's a reason that the Kikuyu, that God and the ancestors had it for the Kikuyu to score higher than all of these other babies across the entire world. Okay, so let us not be egotistical. Let us embrace the fact that our people were chosen. At least our people, our black people, were chosen to carry the most powerful tablets. And I'm telling you all this video, I'm giving y'all this information because it's a specific reason that we need to connect with the Kikuyu. So it's time for us to embrace our brothers and sisters in Kikuyu land and show love and unite. Let us become one with them. And you Kikuyu people there in Kenya, you all need to be responsible chosen people. Be responsible. Remember, with that type of, chosen, with that type of destiny, you must be responsible, and we must not abuse our positions. You understand? So let us start fresh. Let us begin starting fresh in these new days and embrace the fact and reality that black people are the chosen people, and specifically Kikuyu are chosen of the black people to carry the tablets. These tablets which were chosen to elevate our people are all over the world, my people. So yes, shout out to the Kikuyu, shout out to the Ajiru, shout out to Marcus Garvey 100 anniversary, 100 year anniversary, March 23rd. This is that last day. So we sounding the alarm, and I'll pick it up in the next video. Also, family, here's the real test. If it ain't no hate in your heart, no hate in your blood, no sugar in your tank, then share this message with the world. Tell the world that the Kikuyu are the chosen people, and we need to link up with the Kikuyu. If it ain't no sugar in your blood, no salt in your semen, you see, that's why a lot of your kids come out looking like that, all salty and shit, because y'all got them salty, y'all too salty ass niggas. If you ain't no salty ass niggas, share this video.